Hi.
My name is George Lawyer. I'm going to be the next coach on the Olympic track team.
Oh.
And I'm hoping you can clear up some misunderstanding here. You see...
It's nice to meet you,
Yeah, I know.
Would
I
you
know
like
it's...
to have a seat?
Well, I guess I could.
Okay.
Yeah, it is nice to meet me. I'm very, 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 very well known. I just need you to clear up this thing so I can go home. Because all these people seem to think that I'm a little bit crazy. But I'm telling you, I got to get to the Olympic committee. They're expecting me. I've got to get my assistant coach filled out. I got to get my team together.
George, it sounds like you've got, do you prefer George or Mr. Lawler?
You can call me Coach. Lawler.
Okay. So Coach
Sounds
Lawler,
like
it
lawyer.
sounds like you've got a lot going on. I'm Mandy Bell. I'm going to be doing your intake today. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need any of this intake stuff. Listen,
well, this
I've got to get back
me.
to my. I got to get back to my. Yeah, but I'm not supposed to be here. I got to get back to the Olympic Committee. Don't you understand that?
Okay. When is the Olympic Committee meeting?
I don't know. That's why I've got to get out. I've got to make my phone calls.
Okay. Well, let's work on this. Let me see what I can do to help you, and we can get out of here, as quickly as we can.
Well,
okay?
I hope so, because I hate to report you to the Olympic Committee.
Yes, that would be very.
Because the only people that would stop me are the people that don't want the United States to win.
Yeah, and I definitely want the United States to win. So.
Yeah, I don't know why they're holding me up like this. I've got to get my team together.
Okay.
I've got to get my assistant coaches together. We've got to win this.
Okay, let me explain a few things. So, confidentiality, which is probably really important because you don't want me giving away any secrets of your training and stuff, right? So
no, we can't have that.
With our meeting, everything you say to me is confidential. Meaning, I'm not going to discuss it with anyone else.
But you don't understand. I don't need to be here. I mean, come on. I got my phone calls. You got a phone in here? I got a call.
Well, I want to try to help you get you out of here as quickly as possible. What brought you in today? Like, why are you here?
Well, I was at work. I was getting ready. I was making my phone calls. I was at the school. I have the best track team around here. Getting ready, and they called my wife. And she came down there, and they're like, "Oh no, you're not really on the Olympics. You're not really an Olympic coach." And I'm like, "Yes, I am. I am very much an Olympic coach. I mean, I got the calls. I'm telling you, they think I'm crazy, but I am really going on the Olympics." And they thought that I should have to come in here. And then they took me before that judge, and he said that I needed to stay here.
Okay, so you judge.
And I don't understand why, because I've got to get to the Olympics.
Okay. Well, again, let me see what I can do to help figure out some of these things and clear things up and help you to figure out where you're supposed to be. So I know you're supposed to be in front of the Olympic, you feel that you need to be in front of the Olympic Committee.
I am the head track team coach. I mean, the Olympic Committee, they saw how good I was.
How long have you been coaching?
For about 12 years now.
For 12 years? That's a long time.
I'm the best coach around here in track and team. My class, they're doing so well. I've got to get there. I've got to get there.
How many runners do you have?
Let's see. It really don't matter because I got to get my Olympic team ready.
Okay. So again, I just want to let you know, anything you say to me is confidential unless there is a reason to think that you would harm yourself or anyone else. Have you had any thoughts of hurting yourself?
That judge, they said that I was a danger to myself and others, but I don't believe it. I mean, sure, I've had a couple times where I was real depressed, but I just got real lethargic. I never really planned to hurt myself. Life didn't interest me anymore, but I've got to get to the Olympics. It doesn't matter now. I am the head track coach. Don't understand.
That's wonderful. A lot of people aspire to do that, so that's great. How long, you said sometimes in the past you have, how long ago was that?
Well, I guess you don't want to learn about the past. What the important thing is, I've got to get the Olympics.
Okay. But in order for me to help you to get where you need to go, I need to go through, since the judge told you to be here, I've got to go through some questions and learn some information about you. So
I guess the last time would be right before the start of school. I mean, I lost one of my good track stars, and he transferred out of the college.
That must have been very
Yeah, and then
disappointing.
they didn't raise my travel funds, and I got real. I mean, how could they do that to me? I mean, I was a good coach, but just it was the end of the world. I mean,
How
they
long,
did that to me,
how
and I
long
just.
ago was it that your runner, the one runner you mentioned, how long ago was it that he left?
But I told you it was at the beginning of the semester.
Okay.
I mean, it all happened there again. I got a little bit depressed. I mean, I didn't want to get up. I quit my job. But that's all done and over with now. I've got to get
So
to the Olympics now.
So when your track runner quit, the one you had, you stopped working at the school? You quit your
Well,
job?
I called my boss and I told him I quit. But it was more than that. I mean, they didn't raise my funds. I mean, you know, I got a good track team here. I got to take them places, and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
And
it's expensive to
and
do
I just
that.
didn't feel like it was going to be a bad year. And then one of my assistant coaches, she quit. She said she was going on, but I knew it was because we had a fight 6 months ago, and
So it sounds
just-
like, it sounds
it
like
just-
you were having a lot
it was
of...
bad. But
a lot
that's
of
over and
turmoil
done in the
at
past. My team is doing well, and I've got to get to the Olympics. I've got to get my Olympic team together.
And so
Would you like to go to the Olympics? I'm holding tryouts.
Okay, I was just about to ask who's on your team, like, and
I'm
who
holding
is it that
tryouts.
you're-
Yeah, they got real mad at me because I was asking everybody around in here if they wanted to go to the Olympics. They didn't like that.
Okay,
But I'm having tryouts tomorrow.
okay. So I want to talk about that a little bit more, but I got a few things I've got to go over before we start talking about some of the other things
Okay,
that I know
are you sure?
wanna
Are
talk
you
to.
sure we can't talk about the Olympics?
I would love to talk about. I would love to talk about the Olympics. Track is one of my favorite things to watch at the Olympics. But again,
Yeah,
we
that's
gotta.
pretty good.
I've got to go over these things, just to satisfy.
Well,
the
let's hurry up
judge.
then.
Okay, so homicide or suicide. If you were going to hurt someone else or hurt yourself, or if you were to tell me about like child abuse or elder abuse, that's something that I would have to let someone else know about.
Yeah.
Or if you signed a release, like if you wanted me to share your records, and written, it would have to be written. Just like when you're going to the Olympic Committee, you have to sign all kinds of waivers and things. It's sort of the
the
same thing.
paperwork.
Yeah. So for me to like
Right, gets everything all up in
disclose what
busy.
you're talking about, you would have to sign a waiver so that I could do that. Okay. And so today is kind of more for me to learn about you and
Well, I already told you everything you need to know. My name is George Lawler, and I'm the head track coach for the Olympics, and I've got to get there.
So Coach Lawler, you seem really agitated about being here today.
Well, I didn't come here by my own choice. I mean, I was sitting there making long distance phone calls, trying to get my team together, my assistant coaches together, when they called and said, "You're not really the Olympic coach." I mean, my wife Cheryl, she was like,
Who was it who
Oh,
called
honey.
you?
"It was my boss."
Your boss.
Yeah, there was some stink about a newspaper at school. I mean, I told them everything they needed to know about how good I was, about everything I'd done for the track team, and how I was going to take the track star. We had this little girl, she's real good. I was going to take her by myself using funds that they had used in a fundraiser. They put a fundraiser out together. I was going to take her to the meet all by myself, and we was going to win.
Okay.
And it was going to be great. And they got all into a stink about it. Oh, you can't use the money for that. Well, yeah, of course I can. Oh no, but this money's supposed to go somewhere else, and you can't take a female student on by yourself. Well, sure I can. I mean, there's a little bit of romance happens. A little bit of romance happens, right?
Okay. So.
Could be true love.
So your student.
come on.
So your track runner who left at the beginning of the season, was that a male or a female track runner?
I don't know. That's past news.
Okay.
I think it was a dude. I don't know. Sometimes things get a little bit fuzzy,
But
but
I thought this was one of your star runners.
well, it doesn't matter now because I'm going to the Olympics.
Okay. Again, I gotta find out a little more information. So you had a track runner leave, and then after that, like there was some other turmoil.
Yeah, I
at
already
work.
told you. I got real depressed. That's in the past. Let's get going forward.
Have you, in the past, again, I know
In the past.
I know. In the past, have you ever been treated for any sort of, illnesses? at
Oh,
all?
here we go again. You want to go there.
You've been any,
Well,
hospitalizations?
when I was in college, I got real depressed, and they put me on. I went to a little bit of therapy, and they put me on some medicine, and I bounced right back. And then, couple years ago,
Do you remember what kind of medication they put you on?
I don't know, some kind of antidepressant.
Okay. Is that something you take now, or?
No, and I did get real excited a couple years ago when they decided to put me on some lithium. Yeah, they put me on a little
Okay.
bit of that, but
And did you take that?
well, yeah, I take it in little doses, but I don't need that anymore. I got all this energy. I don't need no sleep. I don't need any of that. I gotta get to the Olympics. It's too much going on. I ain't got time for this, and I got all the energy in the world. I need to go on and get out there.
You do have a lot of energy.
I know, and they're getting me behind. Come on now. I got to get things going. I got to get things going.
That's got to be frustrating when you're.
It's so irritating.
Yeah, I can understand that.
What's a man got to do to get out of here?
So have you ever had any other hospitalizations, like in your life, or
No.
any surgeries, or
Nah.
no? Okay.
Pretty healthy guy.
Tell me about your family. Can you tell me?
Well,
What
there's Cheryl. She's my wife.
Okay.
Brought me here. I ain't too happy with her right now.
How
And
long
then-
have you guys been married?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe about 10 years now. I
And
don't
you're-
know. That's for the women to keep up with.
And you're not happy with her now. How long has it been that you haven't been feeling happy with her?
Well, since you put me here.
Okay, so just in the past few days.
Yeah, I guess. But that's not important. What is important is that I'm going to the Olympics. I am head coach of the Olympic team for
Okay.
track, and I've got to get there. Cheryl gonna be home with the kids.
How many children do you
I
have?
have 2.
How old are your children?
I don't know. That's not important.
You don't know how
What's
old?
important is going to the Olympics.
So what if your children turn out to be Olympic stars? Don't you?
They ain't got no potential. They ain't like their
No.
pa. They take after their mom. But
Okay.
I gotta get to the Olympics.
Okay, but how old are your children? You have boy, girl?
Maybe I think one of them's both of them are boys.
Are they babies, or can they talk? Are they in
One's 2
school?
and one's 5.
Okay.
There you go. They're 2 and 5.
Okay. And so medications, are you taking any medications right now?
I already told you I'm taking that lithium.
Right, but how long ago was it that you took the lithium? When's the last time you?
I don't know. They just give me a cup and take whatever's in it and go on. I'm trying to get out of here to the Olympics.
Who gives you the cup?
I don't know, the nurse, whoever it is around here.
Okay. So the judge ordered you here to the hospital. And
You're getting it against my will because I've got to go to the Olympics, but they don't seem to realize how important it is that I get to the Olympics because I am the best track coach.
okay.
And I've got to get to the Olympics.
And how many days have you been here at the hospital?
Going on about a week now.
Okay, so you've been here for a whole week?
Well, I know at least I was here for 3 days, and then I went before the judge, and I think it's been another 2, so yeah, about a week.
Okay, so you were here and then you saw the judge.
Yeah, the
And-
judge won't let me go home. He doesn't understand. I've got to get to the Olympics. I've got to get to the Olympics.
Yes,
This is important.
That is important. With the nurses giving you the lithium, did they give it to you today?
I don't know. It all blurs together. I ain't worried about the medicine. I ain't worried about any of this stuff. I've got to get my team together, and they won't give me a phone, and they won't let me. Look, I got a list right here of people I need to call, and they ain't let me call nobody.
Who is on your list? Who do you need to call?
I need to call who I want to be my assistant coach.
Who is that? Do you have someone picked out?
I had a couple of prospects.
Okay. So the nurse, I'm assuming the nurse, I would imagine, because usually the nurses here give medications, daily. So have you been given medication today?
Like I said, I don't remember. I don't recall. I think they gave me something earlier, but it doesn't matter. I need to get to the Olympics, lady. That's what I'm telling you.
I
Get there.
I know, and I'm trying to help you so we can figure this out. Did you take the medication when they gave it to you?
Well, you kind of have to.
Okay, so you are taking the medication.
Yeah, I am. I
Okay.
am. I mean, I'm trying to cooperate. I want to get out of here, but they just don't seem to listen.
Okay, can I ask you, have you ever, like in the past, do you drink on a regular basis?
No, I don't touch it. I don't touch that stuff.
Okay, you don't, that's
My
good.
my daddy was an alcoholic,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
and
that.
I don't touch it. I mean, he reformed, but still, watching him and my mom fight, that was one of the things. But that don't matter anymore because I got to get to the Olympics.
Can you tell me more about your dad?
There ain't more to tell.
So,
He was a drunk. He got help. He recovered, and that was that. Everybody was like, oh yeah, he did so well. Well, that don't matter no more. It's over. It's done with. I need to get to the Olympics.
did your father was he ever sent to the hospital?
He went away for a while. I
He
don't
did?
quite reckon or
Do you
recall.
know how old were you when that happened?
I was about 5.
Oh, that's good that you can even remember that far. I have a hard time remembering.
Well, it's more of I remember the fights that used to cause with him and my mama.
Okay. And tell me about your mom.
There ain't much to tell. I mean, she gonna be proud of me when I get to the Olympics, and that's about all you need to know about my mama.
Okay. Do you feel like she's not proud of you now?
Of course she's proud of me. I'm the best coach around here, lady. Do I need to go to your boss? Do I need to go to the Olympic Committee? You are not helping me get out of here. I need to get out of here and go to the Olympics.
I hear that you were very frustrated.
I am super frustrated.
Yes.
I mean, they already had to restrain me. I don't want to be restrained again. I just want to get out of here.
When did they restrain you?
Some nurse. I mean, I'm going
Was that
to make
today,
sure.
or
It was when I first got here.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that they report that nurse and that judge to the Olympic Committee because they are making sure that the U.S. is going to lose.
okay. Do you have any like allergies, or I think you said you don't have any other medical
I'm all right.
conditions? Okay. What about, and so you have a wife and you've been married about 10 years, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have 2 children. Where is it that you were born and raised? What city and state?
I
Remember?
you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one older brother and 2 younger sisters.
Okay, so 1 older brother and 2, so you were the second, and then you have, and what do they do? Are they?
It don't matter what they do. I'm telling you. I am the head
Right.
Olympic coach. It's all about me.
Right.
I've got to get to the Olympics. I don't want to talk about them. They're not here.
Yeah, Coach, I understand, but kind of like you have to do things to go to the Olympic Committee, and you have to like
No,
fill out papers.
I understand it's all this paperwork,
Yeah.
but they're not important. Trust me. They're
Well-
not important.
Well, if they allow you to get where you're going, like if the papers are going to allow you to go to the Olympics, is that, would you consider them
Then-
important?
They ain't
'Cause
gonna
if
be
we-
on there. They are not gonna be on there.
Right.
All they want to know about is how good I am. I mean, I
Right.
got my team rallied so good
But Coach,
that they made wins that they didn't even think they were going to make. I mean, I was good.
Coach,
I
it
am
sounds like
good.
You've had a fabulous career, but I'm telling you, if I don't answer the questions that the judge wants me to ask, the judge is not going to let you go. So I really need to cover these questions so that I can help you and help you with,
The Olympic
getting-
Committee's going to hear about this, but fine. I mean,
okay.
Ralph, he was my old brother. He was named after my uncle. And Susie and Charlotte, they were my younger sisters.
Okay.
I don't know where they are now, probably in the same old Midwestern town that we grew up in. I think they're still there. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
talk to them very much anymore.
Are they much younger than you, or are they?
They're old enough, they're young enough that it don't matter because see, when I went off to college, I was a big football star and everybody wanted to be me and I was awesome and everything was cool, and then I had my little escapade, but then everything got back on track, and now I'm here, and I'm a good coach, and I've got to get to the Olympics. So, they're kind of behind.
How did you transition from football to track?
Well, I was track on the off season.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you were younger, were you close with your siblings when you were younger?
Oh, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Told you, don't really matter.
Okay. Let's see. And you told me your father had some trouble with drinking.
Yeah, but like I said, that was in the past.
then-
All they did was argue, and
And you said he's reformed now, so he doesn't drink anymore?
yeah, he got involved in one of those alcohols, anonymous, whatever they are. He got involved with them.
Uh-huh. So you said your parents argued a lot when you were younger.
It was just about the drinking. As soon as the drinking stopped, they were fine. I mean,
Okay.
that over and done with a long time ago. But what does this have to do with me going to the Olympics? They're not going to worry about my daddy.
Did you ever worry when you were younger about losing your parents to a divorce or any death or any other reason?
No,
No?
it was over with. I mean,
Did
it's over and
you-
done with. Like, I get to the Olympics.
When you were growing up, did you ever live with someone who was mentally ill or depressed or attempted suicide?
I never lived with him. No,
Oh, who was that?
we don't talk about Uncle Ralph in the family. Okay.
Okay. And Uncle Ralph is who your older brother is named after?
Yeah, he's a little bit not right if you get my meaning.
Your brother isn't, or Uncle Ralph?
Uncle Ralph.
Okay.
But not my brother. Uncle Ralph. That's why we don't talk about him.
Okay.
Haven't you heard that song? We don't talk about Bruno. Well, we don't talk about Uncle Ralph.
Okay.
I mean,
Is it your whole family doesn't talk about Uncle Ralph?
our whole family don't talk about Uncle Ralph. I mean, he went off. He was fine, and then he just did some crazy things. I don't really know what they are because nobody talks about him. But he got in trouble, did some wild stuff, and ended up in the hospital for it. And I should not be here like him because I am a good coach, and I have to get back to the Olympic Committee.
Did you ever ask your parents where he went?
Well, of
what-
course
what
we
he
did, but we never found out.
Your parents never found out, or their parents never
They never
shared it
told
with
me.
us? Okay.
I mean, I know we went wild and did some crazy stuff out there. I don't know, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I said, I got to get to the Olympics.
Do you know what kind of stuff he did?
I don't know. It may have been some trouble with the law. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just know that they never really told anybody about what happened.
Okay. Is your Uncle Ralph still living?
Well, I don't even know.
You don't know. Okay. So you've lost contact. The family doesn't stay in touch.
No, we don't.
Okay.
We don't stay in touch because they can't handle how great I am. I mean, I ain't got time for that. I've got to get to the Olympics.
And what does your brother Ralph do for a living? Do you know?
I don't know. I've got to get the Olympics. This stuff is not important.
So you don't have any communication with your
I don't know.
siblings?
Ask Cheryl. Ask Cheryl about all this
What?
stuff. She's the one that keeps up with all of it. I've got to get the
Oh.
Olympics. I've got to get there. It's more important that I get to the Olympics than worrying about what Ralph does.
Yeah, you've got some laser focus. So
Because I got to. I've got to get that focus. I got to get to the Olympics. I got to go while I've got all this energy and everything pumping in my blood. I'm ready.
you think
The
that
Olympic
focus is
Committee's
what
already
makes-
told me I'm ready. I've got to go.
Do you think that focus is what makes you such a great coach?
Well, it's certainly what helped when I was a student, so yeah, I guess it does.
Okay.
I had great focus. All my other friends were having to take stuff to keep up with me, and I didn't have to take nothing, but I could just sit there and I could go days without sleeping and studying, and I got this.
So in school, were you a good student? Sounds.
Well, it would depend on my mood, whether I was when I was down, I couldn't do anything. But then when I was up, man, I was good. I could get those A's. I could, like I said, I could go days without studying. I got it, and the energy just kept going, and I made it.
Okay.
But what's important right now is my energy for the Olympics.
Right. So when your parents, kind of going back with your parents, you said
I don't wanna talk
they fought when your dad was drinking. Did he ever hit your mom or?
Nah,
No.
she just threatened to leave him, and he'd go in the room and drink a little bit more, and then he'd come back. That's it.
Okay.
He got caught drinking on the job, and like I said, he went away for a while. He came back, and everything was good.
Okay. Did your parents ever like yell at you or swear at you or?
Nah, not that I can recall. Never at me. I mean, it was mostly between each other. I mean, I saw them, but that's not important.
Okay.
What are you doing? Right, my life story.
I'm just trying to find some background, just so it helps the judge kind of figure out, how you went from
Like I said,
being the
talk
coach
to
and.
share.
So talk with Cheryl. What do you think Cheryl will tell me? Like what would she say?
I don't know. That's Cheryl business. I gotta get out to the Olympics.
What kind of things does Cheryl handle in your life?
The kids. I mean, she handles pretty much everything except for the Olympics and my teaching. And I got to get there. I got to get the Olympics. That's why she don't mess with none of that. And now she's done getting in my business with my teaching and my coaching. And now I've got to go. I can't believe she did this to me.
How long had you been coaching at the school?
For at least 2-3 years.
2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
What did you do before that?
I was coaching somewhere else.
Okay. What made you transfer to the most recent coaching job?
More prestige. I mean, I went from high school to community college.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's important
because I'm
to
that
you.
good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm that good. And I
Okay.
made their track team. We were winning things that nobody's won in years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got to get back out there so I can go to the Olympics because I am that good. I mean, I'm just that great.
So when you were coaching at the high school, how long did you coach there before you switched to coaching at the community
I
college?
don't know. It's not important. What's important is the Olympics.
Right. So you've been coaching, you said, for about 10 years. Is that, so were your coaching jobs, you had your most recent coaching job.
Yes,
you
and
had
like
the
I said,
coaching
we
job
broke
at high
records,
school.
and we broke records at the high school too because I'm a good coach. I know how to motivate my players, and that's why I've got to get up there and motivate to the Olympics.
Sorry about that. So, I understand that. I'm just trying to figure out your coaching history. So you've been coaching
Oh,
here
well, my
for about,
coaching history. Well, what you want
Yeah.
to know, I can go on about that. See, it all
when did you-
began.
when did you start coaching?
It all began when I got a job at North Dakota High, which is actually not in North Dakota. It's a
And
new name.
How long ago was that?
That was about
10 years ago?
maybe about maybe a little bit more than that. I don't really count the first couple of years because it took me a while to get my track team together, my track stars, but after that we were breaking records. I was doing so good. I mean, I got coach of the year. I mean,
Oh, congratulations.
yeah, I know I'm that good. And got other things going on there, and the community college came a couple years ago and they saw how good my track team was and they needed some boost because they weren't winning anything, and now I'm the only one that's winning anything, and I am doing good. Like I said, I took a sword from my house, one of those ceremonial swords, and I pulled it up and I put it up in the air and I got my team to victory. They were so pumped.
So you took the sword to school?
Well, yeah, I had it in the locker room. I mean,
Do
how
you
else am I
keep-
supposed to motivate people? I mean, come on. Gotta get them in the spirit. Gotta get them in the mood. Come on.
So you
Gotta
keep,
get that energy
so
pumping.
you keep the sword at school?
Nah, man, my wife keeps that above the mantle.
Okay, so it was just the one day that
It was just one day.
Okay.
But it was a glorious day. It was
How
one
long
of the
ago
best
was-
achievements.
How long ago was that?
About a couple months ago.
Okay. Was that about the same time that the last student, your one runner, left?
No, that was afterward. I already told you, that's ancient history.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he left and then you were getting everyone pumped up.
Well, because everything was going great. I thought everything was going to be a disaster, but then here it comes and everything's going great. We're breaking records, and then got real jazzed, and I'm pumping it up, and I was drilling my team hard, and they were responding, and we did it.
Do you think that anybody was worried or nervous about the sword?
Just
Coaches-
Cheryl, but what does she know?
Okay, so your wife was concerned about it?
Yeah, I said something about she didn't know and I shouldn't have taken it to school. It could have accidentally hurt somebody, but I was like, Cheryl, really? I got this under control.
Okay. And so you said, the court, you said the judge, or they brought you to the hospital. Who took you to the hospital?
I already told you this 3 times. Lady Cheryl did.
Cheryl took you to the hospital?
Yes,
herself? Did you go
No.
willingly? Oh,
No.
Okay. Who took you to the hospital, or who brought you here?
The ambulance brought me here. I mean, the
Okay.
police brought me here. Do you think I came here willingly? I told them there was nothing wrong with me. The Olympic Committee called me. I was making phone calls for my assistant coach and my players and my track team members, and they came in and they were all fussing about that interview I told you about, and then they were fussing because I was making long distance calls and why wasn't I doing this, why wasn't I doing that, and I told them I was going to the Olympics and they didn't believe me. I don't know why they didn't believe me, but I've got to get back.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. They were fussing about what interview?
I told you
I'm sorry.
the interview
Uh-huh.
with the school newspaper.
Oh, you mentioned that. I didn't hear. I forgot. I was trying to get some of that background information.
Yeah.
What was the interview with the school newspaper?
Well, apparently I didn't answer some questions, but they were, after the wins that we had the track, they were coming to talk about how great I was, and I just, you know what? I didn't. I told him all about my accomplishments. It may have taken a little bit on the long side, but that little dude needs to chill out. I mean, I was talking about me. It was important stuff.
Yeah, you wanted to make sure he knew all of your
Right,
accomplishments.
you finally got it.
Yeah.
And so then we were talking about the win and how I was going to take my little girl Cindy on the track team. I was going to take her to this track meet, and I was going to use the money from the fundraiser.
How long have you been coaching Cindy?
Maybe this year. I mean, there ain't nothing there, but they was worried about it, and I said, so what if something happens between us? I mean, you think I'm going to give up the chance to go on a trip with a pretty young little girl like that?
Was Cheryl worried about that?
They were all getting their britches in a knot about that, but I'm like, it's college. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, some wives prefer their husbands not to be, thinking about other women.
You worry about that too much. But
Okay. So did anything ever happen with Cindy between
well,
you
no,
and
I
Cindy?
got here.
Okay, so nothing happened.
Well, no, because they came in right to my office about how that money could be used for that, and I had no say about what that money goes. Right. And then that was inappropriate.
I'm sorry,
and all that.
Coach, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to make sure I understand. So, sort of the timeline. You had a student leave, and then you were excited about coaching Cindy, and there was a school newspaper. One of the students came to interview
No.
you.
See, left. Got real sad all of a sudden, and then
Okay.
my mood picked up. Everything went great. Cindy was just an afterthought. I was just gonna take her because she's a pretty little thing. She won, and we were the whole track team. I mean,
Were you still working at the school at this point?
well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I never really quit. I mean, they gave me my job back.
Oh, they did. So
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
I think I've missed something. I'm sorry. Can you explain that to me again?
Okay.
The timeline of that.
So, right before the semester started, we had some bad things happen.
Right.
Got me a little bit down.
Yep.
Okay. You sure you're writing this down this time?
Yes.
Then, the semester started. The track team was doing really good. So good that they won.
But you were down, and then what brought you back up? Like, what made you feel good? You don't know. Just started feeling better.
Things just started getting really good. Everybody was winning. kicking it, getting all those
Okay.
titles. And then we won, like I said, some division stuff. Got this interview,
Uh-huh.
and then everything went downhill. People saying I'm crazy and that I need to come here.
And so what was
But I already told them that the Olympics done called me, and I've got to get there.
with the interview, what was troublesome with the interview?
They didn't like my responses. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was a great piece.
Uh-huh. What is it that they didn't like about it?
Told you they didn't like the fact that said that I couldn't use that money to take her on that trip. That it was delegated for something else. And I was like, I am the track coach. I can use that money the way I want.
Okay.
And then they were like, well, you can't go by yourself with a female student. I'm like, yeah, I can. Why not?
Okay.
I mean, we're all adults here. Why can't I take a female? I mean,
And so is
romance
that-
happens.
Is
Romance
that when
happens.
they told you that you couldn't work there?
No, that's when they came and came into my office and started asking me about all that. But I told them to hush because I was on the phone trying to get my track team members and my assistant coach
Okay.
for the
So-
Olympics, and that's when they started freaking out on me, telling me I
So
needed
Coach,
to be
I'm
here.
writing it down, but I just want to make sure that I have it in the correct order. So before school started, you were feeling sort of down, but then you started feeling better, but you don't really know why you felt better. And then you guys were winning and doing really great. And then when was what is the name of the student who left? Remind me.
He's not.
Okay, so did he leave before or after, like y'all were winning? Were you winning without him?
Yes.
Okay,
He
so
left last year.
Okay, I understand. So then you were winning and the school came in and they did an interview and you told them that you were frustrated that the school had told you you couldn't spend the funds to take Cindy to a meet. And then
Something
you
about
were,
it being delegated, and that's not what it was for.
okay.
I'm the coach. I should get to decide who it's for.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Then you were in your office and then someone from the school came and told you that you were being asked to leave. When did the sword play into that?
The sword
Uh-huh.
was part of my big finale to get. He got me awards about best coach because I got everybody motivated. The sword was before the interview.
Before the interview, okay.
I mean, and one of my greatest accomplishments. And they didn't tell me to leave. I'm too good of a coach for that. They were just didn't like my responses. And then when I told them to hush because I was calling people for the Olympics, they sent me here.
Okay. So this all, like the interview, and that just happened then.
Very
was
recently.
Was that last week?
The
Or
week before.
the week before, so 2 weeks ago. And so when that happened, what have you been doing since then?
I've been here trying to get out there to the Olympics.
So you've been here since then?
I told you they came and took me. After the phone calls and the guy coming down to the office, they took me to the.
Okay. I thought you had told me that you've been here for just a week.
Well, yeah, because that
Friday.
happened on a Friday,
Okay.
and then
Then,
I was here by Monday, and then about Wednesday they came and took me to the judge, and
okay. So that happened on a Friday. What
I
happened?
mean it's kind of hard to tell. I mean sometimes the days run together. I mean everything just goes crazy. I mean
Okay.
I got all this energy, and I just need to go.
And what happened between that Friday and Monday? What happened between the time that you were let go and?
I told you I wasn't let go. I'm too good coach for that.
Okay. And so the couple of days, do you know, was there anything important that happened during those 2 days or?
No, I was just here.
Okay. Okay, so that, basically that happened and then you came here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there wasn't really any time lapse in that, so.
No, I mean, and it's dated myself and others. I mean, it's their fault that I'm not out there getting my Olympic team together. Of course I'm going to be mad. Of course I'm going to tell people I'm going to call Olympic Committee on them and the president of the Olympic Committee on them, because I've got to get to the Olympics. That's the important thing here.
Did you threaten anyone with a sword?
No.
No, okay, you were just using it to...
As a demonstration.
What were you demonstrating?
The power of teamwork.
Okay.
We were warriors, we were fighters, we were going to win.
Okay. And does Cheryl work?
Does Cheryl does. I think she's a homemaker.
Okay.
I don't know. I ain't worried about Cheryl right now.
Okay. Do you all spend much time together, go out, or you just
Look,
you have a lot of time focus on the team?
I've got a lot of focus on the team. I've got to get the team ready. Cheryl knows that we'll spend time together after the Olympics.
Okay.
After the team's been taken care of. I've got to get this done.
And so when you were in college, did you graduate from college?
Sure did.
Awesome. That's wonderful. What was your
I mean, you don't get to be a coach of my caliber without graduating, but this is going on. So, I mean, you know, can we hurry this up a bit? I've got to get to the Olympics. You've got to tell that judge to let me go.
And what did you study in college? Did you study coaching? Or
Yeah, sure, go with that. If it gets me out of here, let's go.
what was it that you studied? Sometimes people study things that aren't related to, you know, what they end up doing at all.
Teaching.
You study teaching?
Well,
Well, that goes along with coaching. Teaching is a form of coaching.
Yeah.
You have to kind of
boring
learn.
type. I should have gone for something else.
Yeah. What do you wish you had gone with?
The Olympics.
The Olympics? I don't think that's a degree though, is it?
No, but I got to get out to the Olympics.
Okay. And so you were what year was it in college that you were hospitalized? Was that like...
I wasn't. I went to some counseling.
Oh, you just went to counseling. Okay.
Or at least I think I just went to counseling.
Did you have any suspensions or expulsions during college? Or was it just...
I got into a little bit of trouble. Coach called me in.
Which,
And
the
that's-
football coach?
Yeah, that's how I got to the counseling. But like I said, that's all gonna pass. It's all
Okay.
gonna be smooth sailing when I get out of here. We go to the Olympics.
What kind of trouble did you get in?
Well, I just didn't want to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Missed practice, missed some classes.
Okay.
But then I turned it around, so everything was good.
Were you feeling sort of down at that time?
Kinda.
Kind of?
Just didn't feel like doing nothing. Nothing mattered.
Yeah.
But that ain't so now, and I gotta get to the Olympics.
Okay. And so you and Cheryl got married about the time you started coaching? You said about 10 years you've been married and
Yeah, I
10
guess.
years coaching.
I guess.
Were you coaching when you and Cheryl got married?
Honestly, I don't know.
You're just really focused on the coaching.
I'm just really focused on the Olympics.
Yeah.
I gotta get out there to the Olympics. That's the only thing that matters right now. I don't want to talk about the rest of this.
Okay. Have you ever been to jail?
No.
No, never been in trouble with the law? No, okay. So we have just a couple minutes left. I think I've got most of the information I need. Do you have any questions for me?
When am I gonna get out of here to go to the Olympics?
Well, we're gonna work on that. So we're gonna work to come up with a plan.
I don't need no plan. I need to get out of here and go to the Olympics.
Yeah, but with the court and the legal system, we gotta come up with a plan. You know, that they won't just let people go and let people out unless we have a plan and we...
Then get me a phone so I can call the Olympic Committee.
Okay,
I want to talk to everybody.
okay.
We'll go up the chain from your boss to everybody else because we got to get to the Olympics.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let the nurses know that is something that you know are really needing to do, is to talk, to make some phone calls. So I'll make sure that I note that and let them know. Is there anything else you think that I should know?
No,
No. Okay.
I'd like to say this is a bit fun, but
Yeah, I know. You feel like it's taking time away from what you feel like you need to be doing. Yeah. I'm sorry for that, but I'm here to try to help you get back to what you love doing.
The Olympics.
It sounds like a great dream and a great, great goal. So it was nice to meet you.
I guess it was nice to meet you. I gotta go.
Okay.
Olympics.
All right, well, good luck.